Hi, I'm Byron Thiele, and today I'll be presenting the topic of hunger and starvation. I will be presenting the topics and the solutions of the problems that we are faced every day. It is certainly too big of a problem for a small group of people to solve. But is it possible for a large group, a whole nation, to wipe out hunger completely? The world is ravaged by lack of nutrition. In fact, almost every country in the world has a percentage problem of people suffering from hunger. The average mealtime across the world is 30 hours. This includes both extremes, the people who eat almost every hour and the people who eat maybe once every 2 weeks. This is the average for over 7 billion people. Plus, in most third world countries, those people who only eat once every 2 weeks, their average meal is a handful of rice. If they're lucky, maybe some beans and cornstarch mixed in. And if they're really fortunate, they'll get a glass of water or a glass of milk to go with it. It's estimated that 925 million people are starving, malnourished, and hungry. And it's not all in just Asia and Africa and third world countries like the media presents it. Because most Americans think, well, that's far away. How does it affect me? Why do I have to worry about it? Most of those countries don't even like Americans anyway. But that's not all true. Not all Americans have proper nutrition. In fact, almost every city has a percentage of people who are starving and hungry. 15.5 million, or approximately 21% of children in the U.S. live in poverty, and according to the USDA, over 17 million children lived in homes where it is uncertain when they would get their next meal. 23.3% of children in Central Florida are technically hungry. They fall into the category when their parents don't know when they can buy their next meal, or the orphanage they're living in does not know when they can supply them with more food. This is a big deal considering this is our neighborhood in our backyard. Families in our city are literally dying of starvation. Now, it's a lot different than just trying to imagine it being all the way over in India, but knowing that that same kind of hunger lives in our city. In Central Florida, 1 of every 6 children are hungry and malnourished. So that means 1 of every 6 kids in elementary school, in middle schools, and high schools are suffering from hunger. Most of the time, the one meal they get in school is the one meal they'll have throughout the day. But yet, at the same time, childhood obesity is at an all-time high. It has leapt up from just around 5% of children in the 1950s to 20% now in 2011. The number of obese kids only continues to grow over time. This could be due to cooking with foods with high amounts of sugars, fat, and sodium because they're easy. Or it could be due to the ease of video games and other accessible media without having to go outside. The truth is, it's just an access of resource. It is way too easy to get a lot of bad food fast. Plus, it tastes good. And the fact that it's just so easy adds to it. On any given day, 1 out of 3 children in America eat a fast food meal that ranges in the price between $4 and $15. As Americans alone, we spent $160 billion on junk food. That is junk food alone. This includes fast food, candy, pop, anything considered not beneficial to your body falls into the category of junk food. And Americans spent $160 billion on it last year alone. All this amount of money spent on useless foods, and we still have children starving in our neighborhoods. This is sad but true. Although we have the excessive amount of resources, we still have in our city several children starving. Is there a solution to this? Most people don't think so. But the truth is, if we just took a fourth of what we spent on fast food each month and put it towards stopping starvation in some way, in any way, we could all make hunger disappear in our city. We could donate canned goods, volunteer at local shelters, donate in organizations like Feeding America, sponsor children, like even from those cheesy TV ads where they show you pictures of third world countries. If you could take that money each month, I think it's about $30 a month, and put it towards some cause, even in America, to stopping hunger, we could completely wipe out all of hunger in Orlando. Even though it seems impossible to cure world hunger or even hunger just in Orlando, that is false. We've never had such resources or money, even in a depression, to stop hunger. It is possible, and with everyone participating, or just enough people participating, we can stop those kids from dying on our streets and get them the food they need to be well nourished so they don't have to suffer anymore. I'm Byron Thiele. I hope you've enjoyed my presentation on hunger and starvation. I hope that we can all work together on fixing this, and I appreciate your attention and thank you for your time.